Okay, what's up everyone? How are you doing? New week, new opportunities, and we'll see where Bitcoin will end this week. So I'm curious, exciting. We are at resistance, but yeah, we're gonna cover Elliott waves. Wait 1 second, music. We'll cover the waves on the chart. And also zoom out a little bit with the information that we have so far, moving up from 52K. And look at from a couple of scenarios that we had in the group. Stuba has been sharing some nice ideas, so it would be fun to check it out. And yeah, how you doing? Welcome everyone. We always start the live stream, little bit of chatting, then get into the analysis, and then finally into some chatting and Q&A. Now, I cannot stay too long. This is what I always say, but this time it is for real because my parents are still in the area of Nice, and we are gonna do some things together later. And tomorrow is also my birthday, so tomorrow is gonna be a busy day. So just to make sure that your expectations are met this week. I'm not sure about an update tonight. I'll make sure to try at least, but it might be difficult. And tomorrow is my birthday. Now, I will provide a morning update. Maybe I'll just do a morning live stream. And the rest of the day, we're going to be out and about with my parents and my wife. And then on Wednesday morning, I have to fly to Barcelona for the European Blockchain Convention. I'll be there for the 25th and the 26th. I will take my recording gear with me so that I can try and record stuff from the hotel room, as you will see me usually do when I have international trips. I try to do live streams from the hotel room. And I will be there for 2 days on the invitation of Blowfin. It would be good to meet the team, meet the people behind the name, the company, the people I'm in touch with, and just see what happens in the world of crypto at the conference. First conference I'll ever attend, by the way. And then on Friday I will be back. So it's a bit of a messy week, so apologies in advance. I guess my birthday is a good excuse, and the conference at the same time. I suppose it's also important to get to know partners a little bit better, but also educate myself more and more about crypto. Not that the main reason to go is, of course, knowing the team and who's behind the team, and then it's a bonus to get to learn more about the crypto industry and blockchain and everything happening there, because I'm very curious. But yeah, so that's what's gonna happen this week. So cool. Welcome everyone. GTP Sleepers, Samson United, Tarun Meerpuri, Pause, Carl, welcome. Hopefully all of you had a good weekend. If you did something cool, make sure to share it with us. Nirmal, welcome. JJM, how are you doing? Please explain how to take a confirmation entry. Well, the confirmation, of course, depends on what you're looking for. So as an example, maybe the monthly I have on my chart was a confirmation once it was hit and a 1 hour candle closed below. Could have been a confirmation. However, that should have been part of your plan in that case. So the only way you can really trade based on confirmation is, wait, let me rephrase. The only way you can trade looking for confirmations is if you know what you're looking for, right? Because you cannot have a confirmation if you don't know what you're looking for. So in advance, what you need is a plan or a strategy for that particular trade, or just a plan or strategy in general, right? So with regards to, for example, the monthly here, we had resistance on the chart, monthly level, right? And a sign of confirmation very simply could have been, well, you know, we have resistance above us, probabilities were higher to still take out that high. We have a monthly. If the monthly gets hit, and we close a 1 hour candle below, maybe on some high volume. What's the volume over here? Oh, we have some high volume in the high as well. Oh, that's an entry, and then my stop loss is above the high, and then I look for a retracement. Could have been a plan. No, could have been a plan. But it depends on your strategy, and in the end, your own plan. So how to take a confirmation entry is actually a question about what is my plan, what is my strategy. So I think my feedback would be that you need to increase your preparation for a trade, know what you're looking for, know your level, right? And then based on if price hits that level, based on the reaction, right? You then take a position, yes or no. The reaction is your confirmation. So it's a preparation question. So yeah. Joel, welcome. Maybe a Band-Aid. How you doing? Good to have you here. And speak soon, by the way. As mentioned, it's a bit of a messy week. I don't often have weeks like these, by the way. But today or this week is one of those weeks. Joel, welcome. We all get this free at least give the guy a like. Cheers, Samsung United. Sarah, what's up? How good morning, Crypto Rebel. Samith, nice to have you here. Beautiful blue badge. Media Moville, for you and all your family. I took notes on the Dutch birthday tradition. Usually when we have a birthday, we do not meisjes, that's when a new kid is born, just like cake and family, friends. All my friends are in the Netherlands, but my parents are here, so Lupo Hardens, good level to watch at the moment, 50 on both sides. The previous week, equilibrium. Matthias, thank you. Almost. Tomorrow is my birthday, guys. Tomorrow, not today. Almost there. Almost turning 32 now. Jeez. Do you recognize that when you have your birthday, that the week after you struggle with your age? You like in my case, I'm turning 32, and then probably next week I'll still say I'm 31, and then oh no, wait, I'm 32. Thank you, G boys. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Adam, welcome. I'll do it. Rosie, the move from 52.5 to 64 could only X and then Y. That is correct. That's actually one of the scenarios we're going to be looking at. Yeah. Bogdan, welcome. Because, of course, having an ABC to the upside opens some possibilities. Bogdan, welcome. How are you? I'm doing good. I mean, I have a good day so far. Bit of a busy day in a way. Still have stuff to do, so I can't be online for too long. But, we're going to cover Elliott waves. What's up, Birabid? How you doing? Cheers, Adam. Tarun. Tomorrow is my birthday. No, I don't really have a party. Like my parents here is a party by itself. You can't say early 30s anymore. I know. You use for CVD on TradingView? I don't use TradingView for CVD. I use AGGR, another platform. So this platform is called AGGR. It's a little laggy. I need to refresh it. But if you go to Discord and you go to the Good to Know channel and you scroll up, then here you go. Oops, this is it. AGGR. Here's a one-pager about CVD. I have a video about CVD on my channel, and here's the templates. Okay. What's up, BBL? How you doing? I'm doing good, thanks. Welcome. Yannick, do you check? No, I don't. I don't use anything liquidation map related. No, I have a very specific set of tools and like skills, I suppose, that match my way of trading, and liquidation is not something I look at. So I use everything that you see in all of my videos, nothing else. Yeah, we're gonna look into the current range, but at the moment, CVD is only really interesting here on the right side of the recent high. St. Lucia, have fun, BBL. Make the decision to go. Enjoy. Carl, thank you. What is 32 years in FIP time? I don't know, you tell me. It's we're almost at the 382. So, okay, we're going to start. Just a short summary for the people that entered late. Upcoming week is going to be a bit messy. After the live stream, my parents will be here, so I'm not sure about an evening update. I will write this in Discord as well as in the community post YouTube. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will do a morning video, probably a morning stream, just to say hi to y'all and do some analysis. Rest of the day, I'm going to be out and about. And on Wednesday, I have to leave to Barcelona for a conference, the European Blockchain Convention. I'll be there on the 25th, 26th. I will take my recording gear with me so that I can try to record from the hotel room whenever I have the opportunity. Usually those are live streams. Many people will know if I travel abroad that I tend to take my gear with me and live stream from the hotel room. So I'll try. And then on Friday I will be back. And then on Friday we just at it again. So yeah. Will you speak Spanish? No, I can't. I can't speak Spanish. Taken. What's up, Ganam? How you doing? How you doing? Johnny Sunshine, welcome. Okay, so let us begin. We're going to start on the 4-hour time frame, then move. So we're going to start with this. Then we look at this, and then we will zoom out and look at this. Okay, that's going to be the plan of action. And after that, short chatting Q&A, but then I have to go. I really don't know. It's one of those days, weeks, where time is a little bit limited. So, okay, we have the monthly here. In case you don't know, go to a monthly time frame. And then you can see here, one monthly candle closed, the other opened and closed lower. This creates a support resistance level, which we call a monthly, at 64.6, which is now where we find resistance. So that being said, turn it off and start on the 4-hour. Let's see, the time is 17. Perfect. So on the 4-hour time frame, right? This is still your higher probability scenario, an A, B, C to the upside, right? Short repeat. If you saw the morning update, you know what we talk about here and locally, but I'm going to zoom out to the daily after the 4 hours. So the live stream will have some new thoughts about the daily time frame because of this ABC. So yeah, higher probability on the 4 hour is at the moment the ABC you see on my chart here. Working on this C, there is the potential it's finished. But what we're looking for here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. All right. Now the most common target for C is still actually a little bit higher. It's the blue box, 65.5K, arguably, to 67.4K. However, a wave C is an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your wave 5 target area is the white box. So you can see there's a little bit of overlap between blue and white. But you can also see that the lowest wave 5 target is 64.2K, which we hit. So therefore, we have to at least be aware of the possibility you're having a finished 5, right? It very much depends on the reaction, the rejection you get from the monthly to the downside, right? Is it impulsive? Is it corrective? Will you move down and touch 61.4? We're at the important resistance levels. We like from a normal technical analysis point of view, right? We hit the monthly, for example, no? But also from an Elliott wave point of view, you are reaching some target areas for this scenario. So it's important to at least keep your eye open for the potential of a finished C and therefore, again, a bigger retracement to the downside. No? Now in a impulse here, we then have our wave 4 range being a WXY, flat on the lower time frame, X zigzag. And then we have over here your wave 4 target area, which has been touched, and a move up. Now then the question becomes, is this the end of your 5? And this is something I covered shortly in the morning as well. So here you can see, by the way, on the low time frame, you have your flat, your X, and then your A, B, and then C before returning back to the upside, right? So that is your zigzag for then W, X, and a Y. Now, if this is the end of your wave 4, right? So let me actually circle this. If this is the end of your 4, and we want to end the wave 5 at this high, it's a little bit tricky. It's a difficult wave 5 because of the 3-wavy nature. Now, again, like, it's not a nice impulsive structure. I saw Stuba had the idea of a potential triangle if you want to end it at the high, W, X, and then a triangle in Y, which then was an A, B, C, D, E on the lower time frame here. Is it ugly? Yes. Stuba also recognizing it's not a nice looking scenario, but it's one of the ways to end the wave 5 here, because counting from the low, if we count WXY, this of course is very much a 3-wave structure, not a 5-wave structure, which therefore makes it very difficult to end an impulse at the high, because preferably we look then for a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a retracement. Or this is corrective, and your WXY here is counted as a wave A. This is a wave B, and then you look for a wave C down to sweep the lows. And then after your C, you go back up to take out the high, finish your wave 5, and then get the retracement. But as you can see, and this is nitpicking, right? What we're doing, this is a lot of detail. But the general consensus is that when we look at this move to the upside so far, an ABC has a higher probability. And in wave C, we are now starting to look for wave 4s and wave 5s, right? Unless proven otherwise, which means a big pump to the upside. And when we're looking for wave 4s and wave 5s, wave 4s generally being complex structures, so it's not always easy to really correctly identify everything that's happening over here with the move to the upside. Could this be a triangle in a wave Y? Could it be a WX and a Y, right? Zigzag, that's preferred. But in that case, it's difficult to count the high here, right? But besides, is this your 5 or not, we are looking for 4 5s, which means that it becomes interesting to look for signs of weakness as well, and the potential of a retracement. Of course, by all means, and I mentioned this in the morning update, this price action on the right side of the most recent high, this is now your most important piece of price action. Honestly, all of this here doesn't really matter that much anymore. It's mainly about what's happening over here, right? Do we take the high again? Yes or no? Now, based on probabilities on the 1 hour, it is not easy to count this as a nice impulse. And a WXY, well, in a sideways double combo, wave Y can be a triangle, can be a zigzag, or can be a flat. But most commonly, it's a zigzag or a flat. So therefore, the probabilities are higher. This is a WXY finished here instead of a triangle, some sort of a triangle. And this high is corrective, increasing probabilities to still take this high at a later stage. Because this high is then labeled a wave B or a wave X, right? But not the end of a wave 5. And it can maybe be an impulsive structure. 1, 2 can still be a 3, but then we look for 4 and 5, which means you still take out the high. So the probabilities mentioned this morning haven't really changed. 4 hour zigzag moldy 1, 2, 1 hour take the high, and on 2 is continuation down, right? If you see significant weakness, because the move up here locally, right, looks corrective, looks 3-wavy. So it would increase the probabilities to still take the high once more. Now, the probabilities previously were higher to take this high, right, over the weekend as well. Now we took the high, so that is nice. And we are aware that as price took the high, there could at least be the potential of the end of a wave 5 coming soon or over here. But that depends on the reaction. You know? So this is the text box from earlier today, right? We just need a little bit more information. So probabilities on the 4 hour at the moment highest for an ABC. And on the 1 hour, till proven otherwise, really, the probabilities aren't too great. This is the end of your 5 because of the 3-wavy nature. And a WXY triangle in Y is not common. So preferably you take that high at least once more before then looking for a retracement. Invalidation remains this level here at 61.4. Your most bullish scenario is a triple multi 1-2. In this case, you just look for a very explosive move up. Yeah, it's difficult to give this the highest probability because of your last 1-2. Yeah, there's a small possibility you can count as a double 1 2 1 2 1 2, but then again this has to be a 5-wave structure, and as just identified, looks better as a 3. But yeah, your second or your third one here is longer than your blue one, lowers the probabilities a bit, and your 2 is longer in time than your blue 2, even though the white count is a lower degree Elliott wave count. So it's not ideal. It's definitely a very ugly multi 1-2 if it does play out. So yeah, this at the moment looks better. An A, B, C, a 2, D upside compared to an impulsive structure being a multi 1-2, right? So, but you always need, crazy potato, a bullish and a bearish scenario. This is your bearish scenario and this is your bullish scenario. There you go. So that being said, those are the two that we keep an eye on. ABC high probabilities with the potential of a finished 5 here, right? So we got to be aware of retracements and signs of weakness, because when you do move into 4-5s in that target area, right, over here, it's tricky because wave 4s can be very complex, very tricky. You know, wave 5s therefore can sometimes be very ugly as well, because a wave 4 can have many different shapes and forms, right? So it not always makes a very clear wave 5 afterwards. So therefore, there is the potential of a 5, and that is important with regards to risk management. Now, what does an ABC here do with the higher time frame scenarios? And for this, I like to share with you a few pictures. Well, let me actually, am I gonna do it like, yeah. So Mr. Stuba, well known in the group and also someone that is regularly mentioned in YouTube videos, especially like back in the day as well. So we have Stuba here. So let me just open a couple of scenarios that he has and cover them. So this is daily time frame stuff. So I will share my thoughts as well. Stuba, man. I don't know if Stuba is here, but Stuba has been cooking. So a couple of scenarios, and we'll cover them on the chart as well. But I saw that Stuba in Discord, make sure to check out his post. This is all in the golden section. But Stuba has been counting the chart here, and a couple of scenarios. So let's see which of the scenarios works best, and then go to the chart ourselves. So we have our W, X, and triangle in Y, with the potential in this case of a finished triangle, right? So we have our A, B, C, 3-wave D, and a 3-wave E. In this case, right, what you're then looking for is this to be the end of your daily wave 4. Meaning, this is then counted as a wave 1. You look for a 2 and a continuation to the upside. And this is your invalidation for this scenario. So now inside this wave 1, you are then looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and eventually, of course, a 5 to finish. Move down in 2, and then continue up in a 3. Right? So that is what this scenario means here on the chart. Second scenario from Stuba is, or the second picture I should say, is exactly this. So you then have the finished 1, or the finished E here, finished Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for this 5 to end, right? Possibly in, possibly not, doesn't really matter. You look for signs of weakness and then a retracement down in your wave 2. Now imagine in that case, your high here is the end. You would be looking for preferably a retracement to at least 61.1k, the 05, to max 59k. Right? Invalidation, taking the low of E. Here we have the unfinished triangle. where then your wave D is not allowed to take the high of B. So we are very close to invalidating that scenario because this is your invalidation, 65K. Now a triangle here is it's a scenario that is very much up to discussion also in the group, because in a triangle what you have to be aware of is that 4 out of the 5 waves have to be simple zigzag structures. Now, mind you, there's only 3 official rules in Elliott waves, so I want to make this one clear. There's only 3 rules in Elliott waves. All the other stuff is guidelines and probabilities, but wave 2 and an impulse is not allowed to take the origin of 1. Wave 1 and 4 are not allowed to overlap in an impulse, and wave 3 is never allowed to be the shortest. Now, in a triangle, right, when we say 4 out of the 5 waves have to be simple zigzag structures, meaning a simple ABC up or ABC down, is a by far highest probability, right? Even mentioned in the book, by the way, where in the book they say, Elliott wave principle from Frost and Prechter, they say that if one of the waves is complex, it is most commonly wave C. If not wave C, then wave D. And if not wave D, then wave B. Lowest probabilities. In the book, they only mention C and D, by the way. But statistics, B is an option, but very rare. So C is most common, D is uncommon, B is very rare, right? But you do like to see 4 out of 5 waves being simple structures, right? It should be a relatively quote-unquote simple pattern, even though triangles are actually quite complex. But the subwaves are most commonly simple. Now that is a bit of an issue with the triangle here. Now your first move down can be a wave A, right? It's very sharp, it's definitely ABC potential here. But then wave B of the triangle counts best as a WXY double zigzag, meaning you have over here, you have ABC, correction, and another some sort of an ABC. There is a very small chance that this one red candle here is a wave 4 and this a wave 2. Now let me put this on the chart. Oh wait, here. This is a wave 4 compared to this. So you then have your wave 1, a diagonal, 2, right? And then I have to go to the lower time frames, else it doesn't make sense. Up, up, right? So you then have your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, where this 4 is matched with this 2. Does it look great? No, it doesn't. It doesn't look great, right? It's a very small 4 compared to a 2. But this range here, right, is an important one if we do want to count this as an A. And then we have a whatever happens in B, and then you have your wave C to the upside, right? So in that case, there is at least the potential for an ABC 5, 3, and then diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC finished. Now then you have an ABC here. This counts best as a WXY to the downside as well, right? Based on the lower time frame structures, meaning a double zigzag. But this would be labeled your wave C. So preferably, this is your complex wave, if any. A, B, simple structures. C, complex. D, simple. E, simple. Right? So yeah, there is something to say about the triangle. It's just that your B is a bit of a... your B is difficult to count nicely as an ABC. So that is something we keep in mind. Yeah. Because you cannot have a BWXY and a CWXY, or can, I'm not actually shouldn't say can, but the probabilities are incredibly low. Also based on the book, Elliott wave principle, that you have 2 complex structures in a triangle. It doesn't make sense to count two WXYs. So yeah, for this to be valid, B needs to be an ABC. pretty much. And your invalidation is the high of B, okay? But in this scenario, you would also look for a retracement, but this retracement is deeper. So this is the confluence, right, between Elliott waves as well. So here, if you have a finished triangle, right, and an impulse up, you look for a 2. In this scenario, you look for a bigger E. So that is the confluence, right? In this scenario, this is your diagonal. We've shown that one in the past multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks, Koens. You should say thanks, Stuba, Stuba coming in with some scenarios earlier today. And it's always nice to show counts from people in the community and talk about them and look at them and look at the probabilities. So here we then have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at Stuba's count here in your 1, WXY. Right, so this is interesting, right? Because in a triangle, we don't want a WXY here, right? In a B. But in this case, with the diagonal, it's allowed, right? In a diagonal, it doesn't matter. You can have WXYs everywhere. So here we then have a 1, 2, look for 3, 4, 5. In this case, the W, the blue one here, this one, right? That W is this ABC, right? So above C, I should then write W. And then you look for X, and then you look for Y. Now, as you can see, again, in this scenario, you're also looking for a bit of a move to the downside. So now you have an impulse in a 1, 2. You look for a move down in 2 and then 3. You have a wave E, bigger move down. You have a wave X, it's also still a move down, right? Then you have bearish scenarios. I'll cover this one on my chart because, of course, just for clarity, he zoomed in. But you have an expanding diagonal wave 1 ending at 49K. Then a flat ABC in a bigger 2. And then you look for prices that go very, very low in a wave 3. Right? So this is your bearish scenario. This is a flat. Right? So, yeah. Wait 1 second. Wait. Okay, so the probabilities are low for this scenario. Very low. First, wave 1 is an expanding diagonal. 2, a flat in B. So first of all, you see the green A, WXY, the green B, green C. Because wave A is a 3-wave structure, you need to think about a flat. So the green wave B here has to retrace to pretty much the low at 49K. However, internally, inside this green B, Stuba has another A, B, C. But this move here counts best as a 3-wave structure, of course, which means that this ABC, the circled ABC, is also a flat in that case. The problem is that a flat ABC in a bigger B is extremely rare as well, besides the fact your wave 1 is already an expanding diagonal. So yeah, that impacts the probabilities. There's only a very, very small chance you can count this as an impulse. But yeah, this is the lower probability compared to the others before, right? Nonetheless, though, you are looking for a retracement. It's just that probabilities are low to move all the way below here and then look for a C and a B down here. Okay. This is the zoomed out scenario. So he does have a picture here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? This is your 1 expanding diagonal, very rare. Flat structure in 2 down, but then in the green B, you have the internal ABC. Flat due to A having a higher probability of being a 3-waver. So this the bearish scenario doesn't look too great. And then this is a double zigzag. And what I love to see is that Stuba put the 0.7 on the chart. This 0.7 is taken from the low to the high of W. And the 0.7 significantly reduces probabilities for a double zigzag. A, B, C, and W. Flat in wave X. A, B, C, and Y. Second, this has to be a wave C, meaning a 5-wave impulsive structure. which of course is not ideal. Low probability. It's possible if we are very creative. I have a count here. That's an impulse, but it's just low probability, right? So when we then come back to the chart and we look at like the scenarios zooming out, or let's start on the 4 hour and then, you know. So first of all, the probabilities are higher. This move up is an ABC. We have hit the minimum requirement to finish a wave 5, being the high touching the 1.236. Therefore, there is the possibility that this is the end of your C and you look for a retracement. Is it a very nice clean move up here to finish a 5? No, it's not, right? However, a wave 4 can be an absolute pain in the ass, right? Which can make wave 5s very tricky. So we have to at least consider a wave 5 and a wave C being in at this particular high, right? It should be a consideration, which basically means what I'm saying is risk management, right? Because that's what it's about. The best longs were taken as price was moving to the upside. And now you're looking from an Elliott wave point of view to finish structures, right? Until proven otherwise, no? By the way, this invalidation should be removed. So, and therefore, of course, the risk for upside now is higher compared to looking for signs of weakness and rejection and bearish CVDs and market structure to the downside and that sort of stuff. So this is currently your highest probability on the 4 hour. Lower probability is a multi 1-2, 1-2, 1-2-1, preferably still a deeper 2. And then you move up. So even here, you actually want to see a bit of a move down eventually. And then on the daily time frame, when we look at the scenarios of Stuba, finish triangle, we have to cover confluence of the scenarios. Finish WXY, finished wave 4, bull market continuation, right? Meaning finish Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look for a retracement in 2. This scenario leads to a retracement. Second scenario, unfinished triangle in Y. This scenario leads to a retracement. Third scenario, leading diagonal. Working on 3, internal WXY, with W being the zigzag I mentioned on my chart. Looking for X, looking for a retracement. Then we have the bearish scenario, lowest probabilities. Let me zoom out. That's this one here from Stuba, right? Bearish scenario, lowest probabilities, but you're looking for a retracement, right? And then here, WXY, right? Yeah, potentially you still take the high of your B at 65, right? We do have some interesting resistance to the upside, actually, not gonna lie, around 66.4K, right? Your target here, the 1-to-1, about 66.1K or something. But after your Y, you're looking for a retracement. So you kind of like see the highest like probability, right? When zooming out is in line with counting an ABC. So I think Stuba did a great job of identifying a couple of scenarios here on the chart. And it is the confluence between the scenarios that is important. Where in most cases, right, most scenarios are looking for a bit of a retracement sooner or later, right? But not like very big, massive pumps continuation to like all-time high from where we are now, right? Pretty much all of the scenarios are looking for a move down. Even if you take this high, yeah, you can swing this. I mean, if you do take this high, then the triangles are out the window. But, you know, you're starting to look for signs of weakness. Take profit areas, interesting areas to look for moves to the downside. So that is the highest probability. And I completely agree with the counts that Stuba shared in gold or in Discord. So the 4-hour time frame, highest probability for the AB or the ABC up, with the potential of a 5 being in. Is it a clean move up? No, it's not a clean move up. But as written in the probabilities, earlier this morning, aware that price took the high and at least hit the wave 5 target area to possibly finish a zigzag, right? And then the local price action is what's going to give us more information. And then when we zoom out, the scenarios of Stuba, right, which I completely agree with, is finish triangle 1, 2, 2 is a retracement, wave E, triangle unfinished in Y is a retracement, WXY, X is a retracement, bearish scenario, C down is a retracement. This is the same scenario. And then here you look for a wave Y to finish and a retracement. So the probabilities increase for seeing a bit of a move down. And then the move to the down is what's then going to decide what's next. I mean, we have to then observe the structures again on the lower time frame. At the moment, this price action here it's very limited, right? We only have a few candles so far after the high has been made, right? You can't really observe this in a lot of detail. Let me quickly refresh my AGGR here to make sure it is working nicely without lag. So bearish CVD here on the chart almost took this low. That means then it plays out the moment you take this low here. So a bit of bearish CVD. The only CVDs interesting are on the right side here. So yeah, I think it's nice to be on the 4-hour time frame. 4 hour is quite clear. You can see the target area, of course, for your wave 5 and your wave C stretches to ever so slightly higher, right? Oops, that was wrong. And we have that resistance 66.3, which is interesting if you do move up once more. For now, we are rejecting at the blue box here, the resistance box. We hit the 1.236. So yeah, the fact that you at least hit a minimum target for 5 has to make us aware of a finish C. Even though the last move up is very ugly, wave 4s and wave 5s can be a pain in the ass. So yeah, looking for clarity in new local structures that are being formed here. That is what is most interesting to me. So yeah, make sure to give your props to Mr. Stuba, himself being quite the legend in the community, involved in the community since very, very, very early on in the existence of the channel, and continues to share bangers whenever he can. So yeah, very, very nice. And I completely agree. Very good Elliott wave analyst himself. And also, you gotta love to see clean charts, eh? Damn, man. Clean charts are so nice. So yeah, that is at the moment what's happening from an Elliott wave point of view. So if we summarize it, probabilities are higher for an ABC. Probabilities are higher to therefore at least be aware of the potential of a retracement after C. Didn't hit the common target for C, right? The last move up here is ugly for a wave 5. So, I mean, if you would like go into the nitty-gritty locally, then yeah, I mean, it would be nice to take the high one more time. The issue is that you've had such a big move up. Yeah, wave 5s can be very ugly after ugly wave 4s. So, you know, it's just risk management now. We've had a very long move up. And probabilities are higher to start looking for some retracements to come. So it's interesting to look for signs of weakness. And that means that the probabilities to take out this high will very much depend now on the price action we are forming after the high. Will this be impulsive or corrective? At the moment, too early to really say, right? Too early to say. We have a sharp move down, arguably can be counted as a 5 waver with a flat here potentially in a wave 2. 1, 2, look for a 3, right? That is what first comes to mind when I look at the price action here. So maybe a couple of 1, 2s, high volume 3, couple of 4, 5s here to finish impulse 1, A, B, C. No, possibility, no? But yeah, that's that really. What happens after the ABC? A retracement. So 4 hour probabilities highest for the ABC, right? This scenario here with potentially a finish 5 or not. It depends really on the retracement, but at least you now hit target areas for 5 and C. And then when you zoom out, the probabilities are higher for retracements. So here, finished wave Y being a triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look for a 2, or an E, or an X, or a big C, low probabilities, same scenario, or finish Y and then a move down. But it depends on the move down. So it's step by step, right? Step by step. But you can see that most of the confluence between the scenarios is starting to look for a bit of a retracement. Yeah. So when looking at CVDs, all of the bullish CVDs have played out. So also here from a CVD perspective, currently locally here, you need to wait for, again, a range to form, a rejection, some new CVDs, market structure. The only CVD that hasn't yet played out is this bullish CVD with the target being 65K. Definitely one to keep in mind because of all the bullish CVDs we had consistently with price moving up, meaning there was consistent absorption of market shorts with limit long positions to push price up, which therefore increases the probabilities for this one to play out with the target being 65, right? So that is one to at least keep in the back of your mind, I suppose. And even with an unfinished triangle, right? If this is a 1, 2, 3, you're gonna, it will play out. If you have A, B, C, D, E, and then it also still plays out, right? So it doesn't mean you go up in a straight line. The A, B, C is the higher probabilities. So yeah, no, I saw your question, Piotr, and that's why I covered it. So it was a question that fit nicely in what I was talking about. So that's why I could immediately answer it while we're at it. Okay, so I don't have too long. Really have to go very soon. But let's see. Don't worry about Spanish, as you seem to have a few de facto translators in YouTube. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people from Spanish-speaking countries watching as well, but and translators, yes, like Hoshi is a translator himself, actually. But thanks, man. And I mean, the conference will be in English. So for the people that haven't, if you were not here at the beginning, I will write a post in the YouTube community, but also Discord. Tonight, unlikely I can make an update. Because my parents are still here and we go for dinner. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be live early morning, Central European time zone. For the Americans, it might be a bit tricky because it's a nighttime for you guys. But I will be live in the morning, so not a video. I'll do a live stream because it will be the only opportunity I have to speak to you live. Because the remainder of the day, my parents and my wife, we're going to be in Monaco and everywhere and nowhere. And, we're going to be out and about for my birthday tomorrow. And then on Wednesday morning, early morning on Wednesday, I fly to Barcelona for the European Blockchain Convention. I will be there for 2 days. But I will take my gear with me so that whenever I have the opportunity in my hotel room, usually in the evening, then I can do a live stream from the hotel room. Now, people that have been here for a long time, they will know that if I travel somewhere in the world, I always take my gear with me. And if I can, I make videos from my hotel room. And then on Friday, I'm back. So it's a messy week, but sometimes after many weeks of just consistency, we have a week where I have some stuff happening, and that's this week. So, yeah. Just so you know. We already covered this. Do we take the lows again? Not necessarily, right? As covered with the analysis from Stuba. too soon to say September is over. When did the month start? I mean, you started here, so I mean, September, of course, can still end where it started, but September, yeah, it's not really something necessarily that I look at. I think people can build statistics on what months perform well or not based on historic price action. Could be interesting. Adrian, welcome. Welcome, good to have you here. Sivadol, tomorrow is my birthday too. Early congratulations. Yeah, I mean, of course, the more people are going to be here on the channel, the more people have their birthday on the 24th of September. Thank you, Zed. Thank you. Yeah, I will, Yoshi, but that will be later. Probably when I'm in the gym, because right after the stream, I got a new gym plan. I have to follow that plan. I'm very strict with plans, in case you didn't notice, by the way. Of course, I always talk about plans and strategies, but I got a new gym plan, and I'm really someone that sticks to plans, right? So I got to go. It's going to be easy, like 1 hour, 1.5 hour workout. But I got to get my ass to the gym. So probably when I'm in the gym, Yoshi, I will check out your chart in between sets, and make sure to tag me in Discord so that I can easily find your message. 613, do we turn more bearish? 6-1? No. It's just if you do hit 61.3k, then the probabilities are higher. This is a finished ABC. We covered that question. Can you give us more insight on this? Would be for Sunday altcoin streams, Fortuna. Every Sunday. We didn't hit the 382 yet with the pullback just now on the low time frame. The 2-3 depends on what you're looking for, but for a wave 4, the 236 is sufficient. Yes. For a wave 2, you want to at least hit the 382. If there's a retracement, what is the depth? Depends on the subwaves, because you have the possibility here to count 1, 2, so that's relatively shallow, but then up in a 3, you have the triangle, A, B, C, D, and then E can of course be a lot deeper before a move up. So it depends on the subwaves. It's more about the direction, being good with the direction. So as Tuba wrote here, 1, 2, shallow-ish retracement, right? Invalidation is the low of E here. Here you can expect a deeper retracement. Wave X can also be relatively deep, but you don't want the 0.7 to be hit. So if this would be the end of C, then the 0.7 is 56.1. So you want to stay above that. So yeah, the retracement, how deep it will be, very much depends on the subwave structure of the retracement in that case. Yeah. Thank you, Adrian, Umar. Sunday is too late. Bitcoin, yeah, well, that's the way it is on this channel. I cover Bitcoin, and on Sunday it's altcoin stream. So maybe there's someone else on YouTube that does it. Greetings from the Netherlands, or wow, from France. I live in France nowadays, not in the Netherlands. Greetings from the south of France, was that. How old are you? 31, turning 32 tomorrow. My birthday is tomorrow, and I was born at 8:25 p.m. Central European time. So, yeah. Oh, okay, I already covered it. That's cool. Yo, Yaniv, thank you. Oh, Yaniv, I have, by the way, I saw a message coming in. I will answer your message as well. And I want to say I really appreciate your message, by the way. Very kind of you to propose that. So, really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Top. Fortuna. BVOL24H is Bitcoin volatility. It's not an alt. Yeah, okay. That's why I asked today. Yeah, but yeah, it's not something I'll cover now, maybe tomorrow, but Bitcoin volatility, I don't think I ever have a count on that. And also we covered a Bitcoin chart mainly. So maybe tomorrow morning on my birthday. But yeah, at the moment, this is what's going on Bitcoin. So just to summarize, probabilities at the moment on Bitcoin here higher for the ABC that you see on the chart compared to some sort of a multi-1-2 impulsive structure, right? So a 3-waver at the moment has higher probabilities. You can see that the target box above us, right? We still have space to move up. Yes, we still have additional resistance as well, being mainly 66.34K, which is very interesting. But the fact that we did hit the wave 5 target area, wave 5 here, inside C, gives us at least the opportunity or the potential to finish this high with a wave 5. Now, again, I continue to repeat, is this a nice wave 5? No. On the lower time frames, this is not a high probability great ending of an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an ugly ending. So on a 15-minute, 1-hour time frame, one would say, well, probability-wise, it would actually work better to take this high once more. The issue is that wave 4s and wave 5s can be very tricky. They can be very complex because a wave 4 tends to be complex. A wave 5 can also look ugly. So it's not ideal. But yeah, keep in mind that we are hitting some target areas for a wave C, and it's now keeping our eyes open for potential signs of weakness. If we want to count nice Elliott waves, like neat Elliott waves, then preferably one would take this high again. And all of this is just corrective in 4 still. Yeah. But we got to be aware we did hit some areas to finish a 5, finish a C. And as mentioned earlier in the analysis, it all depends on the local move down, the range that's going to be formed, or the rejection after the high. That is what's going to decide really taking out that high one more time, the yes or no, and then we take it from there. So yeah, 4-hour probabilities higher for the ABC, with the potential to still look for higher, right? Wave C target area here, some resistance higher. On the 1-hour time frame or 15-minute, preferably you would still take out that high, but we got to be aware that we are in an ending phase for an ABC with 4s and 5s, right? So of course it's more interesting to also keep an eye on potential weakness. And on the zoomed out, like if we zoom out, then the scenarios that Stuba proposed here indeed are great, with the confluence being starting to look for the potential of a retracement in either a 2 here, a wave E, a wave X, or even a bigger wave C down. Low probabilities for this one though. Yeah, so that is currently what's going on the chart from an Elliott wave point of view. So that being said, thanks for watching. Yeah, so tomorrow morning I will be live on YouTube. Tonight, unlikely there's going to be an update. Because I'm going to be out and about. But hopefully this live stream covered, everything you wanted to know on Bitcoin specifically, of course. If there's any questions, then make sure to write me on Discord or Telegram. But I will have my phone with me tonight. It's just that I don't really have the opportunity to record, make a video, edit, microphone, and the whole shebang, right? But I do have my phone, so I can always check my phone and reply quickly by text or something like that, or even a voice note or something, right? So yeah, this is currently what we are looking for. And yeah, time for me to continue the day. Gotta get really gotta get a workout in, stick to the plan. My parents will be here soon as well, and then yeah, we go for dinner and all that stuff. And then tomorrow is birthday day, so so thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you hanging out. And again, if there's any questions, make sure to write me somewhere. And yo, Mr. Friends, by the way, thank you. Maybe a band-aid. We speak soon, maybe. Mr. Friends will be in touch as well. So cheers everyone, have a good one, see you soon.